tall, so not the biggest barbarian, but I'm jacked.
To hair and braids.
We could put our hair in the
What if we put it in 2 braids and then we wrapped it around and then we gave on the flowers sticking together and then what if we did this? Oh,
May I have another drink, please?
Yes, you may. And he goes over.
Put your hands up, it's better!
No. Save your body and constitution, saving throw. Yes, you. I'm gonna fight you.
He's sort of you guys know who I am, right?
Yeah. Goggles.
You're Dr. Mole.
Dr. Robot.
What do you do?
Take a moment to try to stop laughing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one!
Why not? It worked again.
Hating on Batman.
And I don't hate Batman, for the record. I hate the fandom of Batman.
Oh, cool. Okay,
That's
that's
the issue.
way more people.
It is. It's
To
a
hate.
lot, like actual human beings.
Were you gonna
You need to rub this crap off your neck and not smell like me. Or a wolf at all. Just start rubbing his neck and just getting like...
I am fairly
urine.
certain it doesn't matter what I smell like at this point.
To a feline, you have wolf's piss on you.
I'm just gonna point at my feline eyes.
I have some kind of...
You've just tuned in. We had the brilliant idea while we were fishing at the Dark Moon Festival.
Oh, jeez.
To do a dungeon with fishing poles equipped. Because why not? And so we drank all of the alcohol in our bags, and we equipped our fishing poles and our aquatic pets, and we went to do a dungeon.
I feel like I need to close out. So this was the end of our epic tale. What holds for next week as the heroes set sail? We may find your family, we may find where things start. All we know is to follow our heart. So our heroes set forth to pillage and to wander in the magical continent of wonder. We have one more question. I hope to not blunder. Question for you, dear friends. Do you wonder? Thank you, guys. Indigo Connect.
Sit back, dear friends, and hear the tale, when fairies flew and ships did sail. You know the stories often told, of Peter Pan, both brave and bold, of Tinker Bell, clever and smart, of evil men born black of heart, adventure and treasure buried in sand, time held its breath in Neverland. But darkness fell on the island fair, a sickness rose of no compare, each creature and plant fell one by one, no respite found for anyone. So the island died, its people scattered, those left behind, broken and battered. Years went by, no end in sight, then through the darkness came new light. The island breathes and life returns. Within our heroes a fire burns. The drive to find those who are lost, to build a home at any cost. Join pixies, skeletons, a mermaid or two, healers, never boys and lost boys too. They're here each week, new stories told, so pull up a chair and never grow old.
Good evening. Welcome to Neverland. On long, cold journeys, the tale is told beneath a starry sky. You sit
and listen. Your blood turns cold. Inside, you want to cry. There is a captain on these seas with eyes as black as night. His ship of bones and fallen soldiers and men who tried to fight. The tentacles, the evil laugh, the last sound that you hear. You feel him now. He's creeping closer. Yes, he is drawing near. Pray for sunlight. Pray for day. Pray you're fast and tough. He's all around. Run towards land. Feel the sand. Pray that it's enough. Hold your breath, for he smells of death. He lives beneath the waves. Do as you're told. Escape the cold. Not all lives are saved. Welcome to Spoopy Pirate Adventure. Oh my gosh, I scared myself. Hi guys, welcome.
I peed a little.
Welcome to Neverland. It's your good buddy Scribe. Hopefully everybody's having a great night. We're continuing our spooky week with a venture into Neverland. As you can see, these amazing people all dressed up in front of you and ready to go. Look at these. Stop it. You're always looking good.
That's true.
So we have a few announcements before we get started with tonight's stream. We have a Discord. Come and hang out with us. We'd love to have you hang out and talk Star Wars and discuss all sorts of nerdy stuff. We've got a memes channel. We've got an inspiration channel. We've got all manner of things, including a play-by-post that is open to anyone and everyone. That is opening in November. It's set in the wild, weird West. It's going to be a lot of fun. You'll find more information on our Discord about it. So it's going to be really, really good. I can't wait. It's called The Stone's Throw, and it's going to be awesome. We also have a shop where you can support the stream. It helps us out immensely. It's our merch shop. Where you can buy cool stuff like the mug that Indigo has. You can do fun stuff like that. We also have an online store. It's a place where you can buy digital goods for your avatar in online space. Every week I like to release an item. And today's item I'm very proud of. We welcome back our artificer for Neverland, Fortunado. And it's Fortunado has added an item to the shop that you can see that I'm very excited about. Yes, that is Fortunado's. And Fortunado's, you can see if you're watching this on a desktop, you can go right below and see this awesome item.
What is it?
We want to thank T.E. Graves, our sponsored artist for this month of October. We love to support her and support all of her creations and things of that sort. We have one more giveaway that we're going to do on Vampire Night. We have her super spooky, awesome pumpkin, a little jack-o'-lantern that we're gonna give away. So thank you, T.E. Graves. We also have another sponsor that I can officially announce because I saw some preliminary photos and there was some stuff going on in the works. And I wanted to wait until it was absolutely, completely official before we announced it. We want to thank the sponsor for the podcast, Lionheart's Flooring, who is designing and saw the preliminary stuff today. Custom gaming tables, gang. Wooden gaming tables. You're not going to see them until they're done. But the logo has been sent off. The wood has been purchased. It's going to happen here in the studio. We're going to thank them profusely, but we will have nice wooden, amazing, this special, like, I don't know how he described it, where like you send like a fire through the table and it cuts like a path through the table and things of that sort. So we'll have some gaming tables here for Indigo Chameleon. So thank you, Lionheart's Flooring, for all that you're doing, and so our cast can enjoy that and feel the wood of the table. With other surprises to come. So thank you for everybody that's helped out and subscribed and subscribed. Lots of cool shows coming up. On Sunday, we've got a second episode of Vampire the Masquerade. which I'm really excited about, not just because I don't have to DM, but because I get to play. So Miss Audie is going to be taking the reins on that one.
We're gonna be infiltrating some cults.
Yeah. Then we're gonna play Vampire the Masquerade. It's gonna be great.
Well, we gotta go with the players.
On Monday, we're not doing anything. Normally, we have a stream going on or a one shot. This is a really busy week, so we are taking the night off.
You take a nap?
Yeah, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take a nap. We're gonna have snacks. Snacks. It's gonna be great. I love you so much. Tuesday, we're also gonna take the night off because I don't think we need to do anything.
Excuse me?
Just kidding. Tuesday night we're doing Wonder. We're going back to Wonderland because there's been a lot of craziness that has happened in Wonderland.
There's
and
so many dice.
last episode, if you haven't watched, Indigo and I have decided to leave up the interviews. We've had a lot of people that wanted to talk to us about the Doctor doing individual interviews to the cast for Wonderland, so we're going to keep those up indefinitely. So we'll see how long we keep them up for. That's on Tuesday, as the gang does a couple of odd jobs to get some gold and purchase some items. Wednesday, nothing going on here on the channel either. On Thursday, there is going to be another venture back to the Wednesday is going to be Lost Isle because Thursday is Halloween. Wednesday is going to be Lost Isle Part 2. Kitty. So Thursday will be Halloween. We wish everybody a happy and fun, safe Halloween, and go get all the candy and snacks, and which brings us back to Neverland on Friday, and I think that's it. So, once upon a time, in Neverland, the crew formed a bond with some brand new friends. They discovered a ship. Did we land on a name for the ship? Did we decide as a group what the name of the
It was
ship
Monkey
is?
C was the last thing we were
Monkey C.
Oh.
That was
I think we like that. Do we like that?
Yes, I think
Monkey C.
I think Monkey C is.
S-E-A.
Yes, Monkey C was the name of this brand new ship. The original crew that our Neverland crew had tasked with manning the ship showed up ready to work, and when they were told they didn't exactly have a job for them, our resident Captain Slowpoke gave them the finger. Well, he gave them 5 fingers and moved the ship off to the side.
It's a lot of fingers.
It's a lot of fingers. Hey, Lols for Loops. Hi, welcome to the stream. And T.E. Graves, Thursday's the launch of your shop. Congratulations. Yes, we'll support that too. The ship managed to fight off using some serious ingenuity and some fruit.
69 fruit damage.
69 fruit damage.
Nice.
That's a dirty number. And they managed to fight off this uncroaching group. The crew did a little bit of bonding after that, as the crew from Neverland sat down, and at Clip's behest, she goes, "Listen, I know you. How I know you." And people shared little stories and bits about their past. I'm not going to dive into them. I will reward those who have watched and reward those who would like to go back and watch on demand. There's some interesting stories that dive into the characters themselves. At a certain point near the end of the night, one of the heroes, I believe it was Cal, found a coin.
It was Eris.
Eris found the coin, gave it to Cal, and Cal saw the vision of Davy Jones, a pirate captain with a crew of undead at his beck and call, captaining a ship, and there is some sort of connection from him to this particular ship. And that is where we find our heroes. Yes. So, Adventurers in Neverland. It is midday, we'll say. You've been traveling on the seas for a fair bit of time, learning the ins and outs of learning what it's like to be at the sea and on the sea. If you haven't marked a long rest since last week's session, you may want to do that. I'm hoping you all did because you leveled up as well. The kitten is trying to drink from the mug. It's been a few days out at sea as you are making your way around. I'm interested to learn where everyone stations themselves on a normal day out at sea. Do you have spots that you find yourselves in?
He's on the gun deck playing with the gunpowder. Like
Continually.
He loves the he. Now that he's more on it, he's playing with the gunpowder deck, constantly doing the cannons. He's just,
Cal, you've developed an attachment not only to your little buddy, but a lot of the little buddies now have seemed to adopted you as Gunpowder Dad, which is my new favorite Pixar movie coming out. So, so that's where you find yourselves.
Absolutely.
Where does Clip usually find herself on the ship?
Really, wherever she's needed. Like wherever like a lot of this heavy lifting would be.
I was interested. Does she talk? Does she try to talk to any of the sort of wildlife around in the water, or
Like
has she tried that
she
yet?
would try.
Yeah.
Because she's never been really around ocean animals, but she likes animals. She'll try to like.
It's been
movements
oddly absent of wildlife for the time being. The occasional seagull and things of that sort. Thistle, what about you? Where do you find yourselves on the ship on a daily basis?
I'm spending most of the time in the crow's nest,
Okay.
checking tomatoes, target practice. I've also been trying to see which birds I can lure with various fruit. So Soup and I spend a lot of time on the crow's nest.
Are you hunting the birds, or you're just seeing
No.
how you
I'm
can
just
get...
seeing which ones I can attract.
It's
Maybe
catch
I can
and
make
release.
some friends with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Give me
catching birds from the crow's nest.
give me an animal handling check as you try to catch crows from the crow's nest.
Oh, I'm actually not bad at that. But I rolled a nat 1.
So it goes poorly. You get the bird somewhat close, but everyone has noticed that Thistle's approach to getting a bird to come close to her is to wait until the bird actually gets like somewhat close, and then yelling the word "bird" as loud as she can and holding her arms outward.
That tracks.
And she doesn't understand why they're not coming forward.
Most seagulls don't eat fruit.
I can speak
No.
to birds.
Yeah. So I think for right now, even as much as you can speak to birds, you
It's
can talk
not-
to birds. It's not helping Thistle's
Yes,
approach. Des, where are you at?
I would say that Des is not used to being on the water, like very much at all.
Is she seasick?
Yeah.
Des is feeding the fish occasionally. You know?
So she's probably gonna keep to like the cabins and stuff and help some of the monkeys with like odds and ends and stuff and practice her own sort of deal.
Find meditation and doing labor, manual labor,
And like keeping to her own stuff. I mean, she has the leather that she would love to work on.
Sure, yeah.
She'd love to
I have a
dedicate
tanning
some time
kit.
to her book because she only has like, say, 4 hours of reading left.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect. Slowpoke, where do you find yourselves on a normal day?
Probably either steering or in the cabin.
Does he enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes if we have nowhere we're going, he'll just do a circle.
Just kind of wheelies in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I'm into it. Anyone who would find themselves above deck, which I believe to be possibly Des, Thistle, Slowpoke, and Clip. I need all of you to give me perception checks, and let me know if you get above a 15.
I'd be in the cabins.
Cabin. So you three give me perception, and let me know if you get above a 15.
Cal's loving the ship. He's having a great time.
Having a grand old time.
23.
Cool. Thistle, above in the crow's nest, not too far away, you see a ship. It's somewhat far away, and it's hard to see from where you're at. This particular ship, a 23. I will say, that's weird. Like, there's a ship out that way. That's not too weird. What is weird is to see a figure running away from the ship.
Like on the water?
Like on the water, it's too far away to see what it is, but there is a figure. It almost looks like it's like somebody skipped a rock, and it's big enough for you to see this rock, and it looks like the ship is chasing the thing on the water.
Is there one of those bells in the crow's nest where you can get everybody's attention?
You tell me. Is
Yes,
there a bell
there's
in
one
there?
of those bells. Of
Absolutely.
course there is.
What does Thistle just start screaming as she starts ringing this bell?
There's somebody running across the water off the ship. Don't worry, I'll find out who they are.
Perfect. The bell starts going off, grabbing the attention of everybody below deck out on the front. Thistle, what do you do to figure out who they are?
I can fly. I'm going to use my flying moon necklace thing.
Cool. So
let me see how long it works for. This could be a terrible idea.
Like 10 minutes.
Oh, how far away are they?
Let's say
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's fly. So I need to just look up fly.
you're okay. Yeah,
All right.
you'll be able to cast this and catch up to the person. Thistle's like, it's okay, I got this. Boom, and she takes off.
Well, we knew it
I'm
happened.
running to the edge of the ship so I can watch her.
Okay.
We knew she'd run away one day.
As you run to the edge of the ship, it looks like Thistle is flying towards a shape that's running in the water, and the closer you get to it, you realize they're not running in the water, they're hopping. And you recognize Edwin Reynolds, the rabbit, who's hopping in the water with Fortunato riding atop his back as the rabbit just sort of, and as every time it bounces on the water, there's a little blast of arcane energy.
Wait, so was the rabbit really big all along last time, or is he really
Not
tiny?
last time.
But right now it's really big. It's not that he's really tiny.
Currently, Edwin is big enough that he can hold on to it and just sort of bounce on the water as it hops along the water.
Edwin Reynolds, I missed you so much. Hi, YouTube.
Wow.
What was
thanks.
your name?
Fortunato.
Hi, Fortunato.
Hi.
I have to imagine that this is you like floating on your back, flying, like while he's
just
floating, like at this like.
How'd your rabbit get so big?
Sometimes he's as big as he needs me to be.
And he hops on water.
He needs me to be.
Whoa!
A cannonball falls not too far away from where Fortunato is. As you look and you see that the ship is indeed firing on Fortunato as he is running through the water like this. The rest of the crew sees this. You go to the edge of the ship and you see the bunny.
Is that
And then you see Thistle who like waves
well,
as they go running past alongside the ship.
Is it coming? So they've got cannon blast? Or
They are
whatever?
firing at Fortunato.
Okay, so whatever cannon is, because I'm guessing ships, cannons all around, so whichever
Sure.
cannon is facing him the most that they're firing from, I'm going to hit it with the guiding bolt to give him time.
you're gonna fire upon the ship?
On the cannon! I want to blow up the whole thing.
I
With the
think
cannon
there is
port.
a moment where you all go, now let's play this cool, let's come up with a plan, and let's figure out. Thistle reaches out a hand, and as she does, as a cleric is wont to do, fires a guiding bolt at the side of the ship.
I learned everything from you.
Somewhere in a distant plane, far, far away from here, a cleric sits up from a bowl of cream and just goes, nice. Give me an attack roll, please.
That is a 16.
16. Yeah, I'd say the ship is huge. You see a portion of this ship hit with a bit of energy. Go ahead and roll damage.
That'll be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage.
Sure.
No, what have we
A
done?
bit of radiant energy flares across the ship, outlining a very small portion of where that cannon was. Not quite the cannon itself, but the wood surrounding it, lighting it up and making it glow in the morning sun. As you hear shouts as hatches alongside that ship begin to open rapidly, as they have gone from one cannon to all hands on deck.
That's right. You distract them and I'll keep going.
That was the plan!
Good.
Hurry!
I will say.
How close are they when they pass the ship? Like on bottom deck, or like
These
right
guys are
next to
running,
them?
and they're far enough away that you could see her fire an arcane blast. The other ship is about 100 yards out.
I was thinking Fortunato, like whenever I pass, I can just grab him out of there and pull him out of the
He's
ship.
currently on a bunny.
Mhm.
You see this bunny hopping. You realize that if he was given passage, the bunny might be able to just hop on the deck. But it would be up to all of you to offer that.
I don't know if Fortunato's gonna
Can we
come
see
on
the hatches go?
deck.
I would say you hear and see the hatches go.
How close are they right now?
These guys?
Yeah.
Super close.
Right, get on.
Well,
hop on.
I was gonna.
No, hop
no,
on.
just get on the ship.
Wow.
Hi, how are you been?
Fine.
You hop on the boat, or you fly up on the boat and go up to the crow's nest. It's fine. Fortune comes up to the boat. Fortunato jumps onto the boat, and as Fortunato jumps onto the boat, there is a as a large metallic figure walks over to where you are and makes an attack roll.
No!
Anchor, please!
Anchor, please!
This is a grapple check, so give me acrobatics or athletics to see if you can weasel your way out of it.
13?
No. You are lifted up by the scruff of your shirt, and this metallic face looks at you covered in like silver with a gold inlay, and he goes, "Not family."
I run over and I grab him like, friend. Friend. Good. Friend. Not family. Friend.
Yeah.
And you are dropped.
All right.
You are dropped aboard the deck.
That's actually pretty amazing.
That's
not
it.
gonna lie. Okay.
You all have 1 round in order to prepare yourselves before this ship is upon you. If you would like to make preparations.
No, we're running.
You're gonna turn out and run it. Yeah, Captain. Okay. Slowpoke goes, good. They're on the ship and we're moving. And, you turn around and start cutting your way through the water. This ship is smaller. Okay, that's gonna help with speed. It's not gonna help with cannon fire, and the fact that you guys have not gotten any cannon.
We need to figure out how to work the
I'm working on my
cannonballs.
fruit cannon.
You did. It's so great.
But that was one.
We'll
we
probably
need
have,
a
like,
lot of
one
cannonballs.
Okay. So I need you to go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
4.
Oh no!
So you are cutting through the waves. Fortunato, you are just sort of hunkered
Too
on
bad
the
about
deck.
that reef there. It's...
Yeah. You hit another ship, and you're like, how did I miss this? And it's the 2 guys from earlier. It's Jerry, and he's like, come on! So your ship slows down a little bit as you hit some choppy water, and the other ship gains forward, getting closer and closer. They are not within cannon range yet, so they are not firing upon you. What is everyone else doing as Slowpoke has now gotten into a race with this other
Right,
ship?
if we have anything vaguely round, I'd say load up the cannons, please.
Down below.
All right. Give me a D8, please, Thistle.
Sparky, cannonballs. How do we do that again?
3.
You have 3 watermelon cannonballs.
Cool.
You're like, Sparky, load the cannons, and they're like,
Through the sails.
I come up to you and say, what's happening?
Oh, I just turned her head to the ship chasing us. We gained 1 more, and then we got 6 more, however many more.
Don't.
arms are snapped out of his place.
I take the 3 watermelon cannonballs and downstairs.
Yep, they are loaded into the cannons. The ship is beginning to move. Anybody else doing anything? You're just positioning yourselves on the deck for anything that might happen.
Fortunato, do you have cannonballs?
Yeah!
Amazing.
I do. So he just runs downstairs and just like reaches into his regular pocket and just starts pulling out a couple of cannonballs.
He goes like this. He pulls out a small ball and like you go like, come on. And as it leaves his pocket and leaves his hand, he very quickly like makes sure that he's not touching it when he pulls his hand away and just goes, get as soon as he's not touching it, and it expands to cannonball size.
Cool. Sparky, let him up.
How many are you giving them? 5. Okay.
We have 8 cannons.
We have 8 cannonballs.
How many cannons do we have on
We
each
have
side?
3 watermelons.
You
We
have
have 8
4
cannonballs.
on each side.
4 on each side, and,
Yeah.
and they're all below deck?
4.
4 and 4.
We don't have anything above deck, just all 3 below deck? Or is all 3 on deck?
No, I mean if
Or
you
4.
would, I would have said if you wanted to adjust and put 1 up on deck, you can make one side 3. But currently the ship has 4 on each side.
4 on each side below deck.
Below deck.
Cool.
We have 1 gun deck of 8 cannonball. Of 8 cannons.
You've also got a thistle and like above
Which is
deck
kinda like a
that casts
cannon.
like guiding bolt and things of that sort. Like we have magic users above deck that can
I'm
be used.
preemptively loading all 8 cannons.
Okay, yeah. It's going to take a little bit of time.
That's fine.
Just
Do
give me a d20 at your proficiency and...
Can I help?
yes, actually. So roll at advantage here. As you roll 2d20 at your proficiency. And what did we say this was? Sleight of hand?
That was a straight dex roll.
Straight dex roll. All right, so proficiency add your dex.
Is the boat within 120 feet?
So
I'll tell you in one
23.
turn. 23?
Yeah.
Yeah, very easily. It takes you not too long using the help of the elements, and at one point you're like, and Des has like 2 in her hand, and she just kind of hands you one, and you're like, well, I don't have muscles, literally. And like loads them in. Give me one more roll as you are controlling the ship.
18.
18. The ship takes on a burst of speed as Slowpoke sort of concentrates, gets his momentum going, and he doesn't know why, but the ship lurches forward a little bit faster, and he opens one eye, and he sees that Slower Poke has climbed down to his finger and is like stretching his little tiny head out just a little bit to give it just a tiny little like boost of speed as the ship begins to pull away. You are currently 120 feet and closing, like further and further away from this larger ship.
I'm gonna try one more guiding bolt to slow down the ship. I'm gonna go for a sail.
You're aiming for the sail.
Yeah, because that's what's pushing it forward. Assuming it's not a magical ship.
That's true. Read through guiding bolt. It's not like a fire or anything. It's just a blast
it's just radiant. I thought I was picturing.
It's not sacred.
I work with fire a lot. I get confused sometimes. Never mind.
It's true. If there's another spell that might work,
it's light. It's not.
It's
light, not fire. Got
right.
it. Okay. I don't have anything else that has a range like that.
Okay. After a bit of time, let's see if they manage to catch up. You maintain this pace and this speed, and the wind is on your side. You manage to continue going, and when the wind dies, you have caught enough of a lead that you find yourselves further and further away from this ship. An hour passes, and they are nowhere in sight. You have reached calmer waters, circumnavigating this particular encounter.
Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Hey guys, you're welcome.
Thanks.
I mean, I was steering, so.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, teamwork. Yeah.
I go with Fortunato, and I'm like, why running?
Because that's how you get away.
From what?
The pirate ship. The one that was chasing me, I had to run to get away from it.
Why chasing you?
Because they wanted to catch me because I was running away from them.
I grab Fortunato by his whatever he has.
Give me an attack roll.
I do the attack roll. I forgot because barbarians have their weird things.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
You're like, I had to run away.
Careful not to choke on your aspirations.
Thank you. Straight answers. Why running?
Oh, they were angry at me. I might have made a small explosion. It's fine.
A small explosion?
Just a small one. It wasn't intentional. Mostly.
You just upset. You just attracted every one of my gunpowder.
What kind of explosion can you show us?
Easy kids, easy kids,
I feel like
easy,
what's happening
easy.
here, I'm not in the mood for that.
I start passing out parchment. Easy, calm down, easy. Keep it controlled.
I like
Thank
him.
you.
So what are these things?
That's my gunpowder family.
I believe that's irrelevant to what's happening here.
Mine poops fruit. His name is Soup.
No, that is true.
I believe that I'm just
a tiny elemental walks in front of you and it goes.
I love soup so much.
And then a little kiwi comes out and it's like a little bit bigger and you're training him to.
Good job, Soup. I'm so proud of you.
And he looks at you and like the little guy holds out the kiwi.
Thanks.
And as you go to reach for it, he just hits you in the eye. And then he skitters up and stands on like Thistle's shoulder.
Makes sense.
So are our elemental friends out and about because it's like daytime?
It is daytime.
Okay.
They are currently the gunpowder elementals are hiding in various like little like nooks and crannies with Cal. And with Cal, there are lots of little nook and crannies. Were you to lift up his shirt, one would be hanging on one of the ribs, and the other one is like crawling up the spine. And
I'm a walking jungle gym. It's great.
He is a walking jungle
It'd be
gym.
like in a TV show with, say, vampires, but if they want to do some shots during the day, it's like, I'm underneath an umbrella.
Yeah. It's any time in Buffy where Spike put on like sunscreen, and you're like, come on.
Oh my god.
Yours, it cannot be seen. Yours does not want to be seen. It is a little antisocial. Like even daylight, nighttime.
Is Anchor okay in the daylight?
Yeah, like what?
Anchor okay in the daylight?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want Anchor right behind me at all times. Just to be more
You
intimidating.
couldn't change him if you wanted.
Good.
He's your fairy, so like he's right there.
Fairy.
So yeah.
So what are you guys just doing out here?
Sailing.
What were you doing?
Enjoying a day.
Running. We have already covered that.
Have we?
I was
Right,
joked.
but
We
who-
covered it.
Who were you running from? I understand pirates, but is this like Captain Hook sort of pirates? Is it Captain Leg Hook? I don't know the other pirate names.
That Avarian guy.
What?
Captain
Sure.
Egg. I don't know.
Wisdom save, please.
Oh no.
Oh.
9. Wait. Wisdom. 12.
Great.
Wisdom.
Cool.
So yeah.
So what did you do on that ship other than cause a little bit of explosion? Why
I feel
did
like
they
my
chuck
question
you
wasn't
off?
answered.
I mean, I found a ship because I needed to experiment, and they just weren't having it. Well, I mean, they weren't.
What
They just
cruise
didn't
ship
know.
was it?
I don't know.
Oh, right.
I didn't talk to them until they decided to start firing at me, and then I ran because, well, usually when people fire at you, you run.
He really hopped. I mean, he didn't hop. His rabbit
Crew
did.
of all females.
Okay.
Brought you on board to do what you do. You were like, this is a brand new thing that I'm testing.
I mean, it's a bunch of women. And
Girl pirate.
Probably
women?
not Blackbeard.
Red women? Women in red? Women
Red
in
hair.
Red hair? Shaved heads? Act
What?
like me?
How can they have red hair and shaved heads?
That was my
Thank you.
question.
Some of them.
I was gonna ask that.
Some of them. One head. A crew is a crew made up of different hairstyles.
Not people, just a hair.
Sorry, that's a quote. A crew is a crew made up of different hairstyles.
Not people.
That's what we call a crew cut.
I'm really gonna miss Garrison.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Please take DM inspiration.
He has DM inspiration.
Do I get two?
Can I
Jaden
do
gets
mine?
DM
Oh,
inspiration
no.
because she set it up and you knocked it.
Yeah, that's how
Timing.
we work. We're the Sonny and Cher show.
Can I be Cher?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, no.
I
That's,
got you, bye.
We clocked them before.
Yeah, those are the guys in. Those were the guys that wanted the Mer guy,
Edward Reynolds.
the other Edwin Reynolds.
Edwin Reynolds?
No, remember the God guy?
Blue.
Right.
Blue skin.
Edwin Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yes. Edwin
no,
Reynolds.
this is Edward Reynolds.
Edwin
Let's
Reynolds.
not say this.
Edwin Reynolds.
It seems to be a very common name around these parts.
What's everybody's passive perception?
Not great.
13.
13.
15.
10.
15.
You're level 6.
12.
Okay.
I perceive better when I'm not paying attention.
Great.
Same.
Me and Dad are just like, it's a nice day.
Great. Cool.
Great.
Cool.
Well, we're glad to have you again.
I'm glad to be here.
What cool stuff
Mostly
have
because
you
I'm
made?
not there.
I've learned not to get burned by traps now.
That's
I'm
a good
hanging out
idea.
with gunpowder now. It's a step up, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's fun.
I'm
You see my
impressed,
friends?
you know.
Oh, no. Oh.
There's some things you can't unsee.
They don't
Anyway.
like you.
He's just gonna lift one foot and click his heels together and be 30 feet away.
What? Oh. So. Well,
Well, Clip's bored of this conversation. so
everything's
I'll-
fine. Let's keep sailing. Everything's fine.
Anchor moves away from Clip.
Oh.
Clip's in a protective stance, and Anchor walks away from the rest of the group and heads to the front of the ship and looks down into the water. And as he does, he runs over to a set of ropes lined up alongside the deck, ties it around himself, and jumps off the ship.
He's being an anchor.
He jumps off the ship, and as he does, there is a dragging sound as the ship sort of pivots from the point that he was in and shifts off to the side. Slowpoke, you instinctively go like this, and it kind of stops the motion. The wind's cut down as the ship lurches to a halt.
Can someone give that rope 2 tugs?
I walk over.
Is this normal for you guys?
The water.
The ship just stops itself.
Well, we've never stopped it before.
The water is littered with debris. Like it is chock-a-block. Like the ship was about to sail into a field of broken wood, cloth,
Oh gosh.
and dead bodies.
Good.
Just.
I walk over to
Good luck,
Slowpoke.
Anchor.
I grab Slowpoke. I walk over to the edge and show him.
Oh, right. Oh no.
Like a baby,
What?
just 2 hands.
I'm not the only one she picks up. I feel a lot better about it.
I am a woman of many
It's-
not
What's the
words.
point of
Look.
having an anchor if we can stop the ship at will? Let's just grab the anchor. and
You
bring it
realize
back.
that he could have stopped the ship, but anchor power skidded
Burned
you.
it.
Like when he dropped,
He drifted
from where
us.
he dropped,
He, like-
he drifted the ship so that like it moved alongside, so that when you look over the side, you're looking down at the debris rather
Okay.
than stopping amidst the debris.
We almost got
Got
parallel
it.
to it.
Gotcha.
None of it has touched the ship currently.
It's the Batmobile turning a corner.
Yes.
I walk over to the rope and like give it 2 tugs.
As you do, you see the koom, 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 as the hands crawl their way up the ship, and the figure stands on the ship and looks down.
Good boy.
Very.
Very good, very.
And what could have done
Do
this?
you know what this is? Death.
Well, we can see that.
Is there any burning ship, or is it just littered?
Anchor speaks common. I'm like,
You see refuse. Like there's no parts of a ship that are on fire.
It is
It's-
just obliterated.
You can make an investigation check. It will be at disadvantage
Fine.
as you are looking down from where you are and not picking
I
up things. Like
Just look and see if there's anyone who looks alive.
give me a medicine check at disadvantage as you're just
that
guessworking.
I'm
One of them
looking
was
at
a
the
22.
horizon, seeing if we see any ships nearby or if it's just debris everywhere. you
Okay.
know?
Yes, that's a great idea. Do you do a perception
Nat
check?
20.
Okay.
I didn't roll anything.
What was my first investigation check?
I had a disadvantage. One was a 22. That sucks.
Yeah.
9.
It's hard. There's so many details to pick up. You're looking for charred marks in the water of these bits of wood that are floating in the water.
Is Anchor on the ship yet? Or is he
Anchor's
just
on the
hanging?
ship.
Okay,
Anchor's
never mind.
next to me.
And you're just looking, and there's too many things to try to pick up the details up. What was your medicine check?
It was like an 8.
Yeah, there's plenty of bodies. You see a couple of the bodies floating on, like, that are not completely in the water and just sort of floating face down. Some of them are a la like Rose and Titanic, like they're floating on like doors or pieces of wood, but you don't know if they're dead or and floating on that piece of wood. Some of them are face up, in the water. It look bloated by just being in the water for long periods of time. But it'd be hard to tell without taking one of the bodies and dragging it on board the ship.
Mm-hmm.
With a nat 20,
With a nat 20.
you're looking for ships, and you don't really see any ships on the horizon. However, what you do see are storm clouds. They're a ways away.
Okay.
It's almost noon. They're coming, and it looks like a doozy. Like it just looks like an awful, awful storm. But it's far away. It's hard to judge.
Mhm, and I'm pretty sure they're like heading in our direction.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Kyle's gonna go up the clip and like wrap her over, lower me down. I can see underwater. Lower me down. See if we can see any wreckage. See
I'll go
where
over
these
to
guys
the
came from.
Edge of the
He's-
ship and let Cal lower down, holding on to
Just
him.
holding on to him. Just
Clip. Do you have any experience tying knots or ropes or anything?
He's
like that?
tying the knot.
I'm tying the knot. She's lowering me down.
Okay, give me a sort of a knot tying. Did you have any skills where you could
Uh,
translate this into?
If he was a pirate in a past life, maybe it kind of correlates.
Forego your probability die check for the day.
Solid. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. And I will say that you are able to tap into a part of you that is used to tying knots before, and you're able to tie this knot, secure it firmly to your person. What are you tying it to, Cal?
Just like right under the rib cage, just so it
Around the spine, or like through the ribs, or
it's kind of weaving between the rib cage so it holds on to it.
all of your elementals jump off.
That's fine. Stay here, boys. I'll be back.
Okay.
And he's just gonna lower down.
I'm gonna have Anchor. I mean, he's a skeleton, not that heavy, but just double check.
How deep are you going?
Just enough that his skull, that the water line is right here compared to him. Just enough that he can get a quick look underground. If he needs to, he can pull and just go right back up.
Cal is lowered into the water. Cal, you get lowered into the water. You're going past a lot of these bodies. You go past one in particular that's floating in the ground. You look and see that its leg either was missing when he died, or it was lost in another way.
Mm-hmm.
As you are lowered into the water,
Mm-hmm.
the sea floor is so far away from where you are. But as you look and see below you, you see a veritable ship graveyard. 80, 90 at least, spanning the ocean floor. You were expecting to see like the wreckage from this ship. No. It is vast.
It is Dead Man's Cove.
It is expansive.
Okay.
Okay? And it's so much so that you lose track. You're trying to count.
Okay.
Okay? Give me a perception check, please.
18.
Okay. On one of the ships, about 150 feet away,
Mm-hmm.
you see what looks to be a humanoid figure in the crow's nest on one of the sunken ships.
Okay. 2 poles for him to come back up.
Okay.
Guys, and I convey there isn't just this. There is that entire floor is nothing but wreckage.
We need to leave. Storm clouds on the horizon. We have to come.
As she says, storm clouds on the horizon. It's a like you can hear the lightning very faintly off in the distance.
I start
We need to
turning the ship away from the wreckage. Like,
Okay.
like maybe back up, like 3-point turn.
Thank you.
Okay.
3 points.
You do a 3-point turn, go this way, and as you're going to move, the way you came, you see this eerie fog bank rolling in. You can keep going, but you are going to sort of drift into this fog bank.
So it's fog that way, clouds that way.
Fog this way, sort of encompassing you,
Mm-hmm.
the way you came. Wreckage this way, and storm. So fog bank or towards the storm?
The monster's down there, and
Down in
and here. Is there any path away from bad?
There is. So I say a fog bank in. It's a slight fog. Like it's not
Okay.
anything. It's not like a wall of fog. It's not like
But the way
John was
back
here and he
to the-
cast fog.
to the
bank.
island of Never is that's blocked.
That's fog.
Fog is back to Never.
Yes. This way is out into open ocean towards this storm.
Did you see?
Well, we're.
Ooh.
I know we wanted to explore, but we should.
Did you go through a storm or anything else along those lines?
Nope. It's clear where we came through.
We should head back to land for now, until we figure out what's going on here. So we'll towards the fog.
You go towards the fog. It picks up a little bit as you go in, but off in the distance you see the faint outlines of land. Neverland is hard to miss. And as you are drifting through this fog bank, it starts to increase in density. Like you can still see the faint outlines of Neverland in front of you, and then Anchor stops, looks about, runs over to the deck, ties himself off, and jumps in the water, skidding the boat to a halt. As the fog begins to dissipate, and you find yourselves in front of a large amount of debris. You see dead bodies in the water. As the fog dissipates, you look behind you and you see that Neverland has now changed directions while you were in the fog. Like you are back at the almost exact same spot.
Same same bodies almost even.
Give me an investigation check.
We've been Blair Witch.
And what dead body is it's in that one? There's bodies.
What is a body? I don't.
Somebody.
Somebody. So you have no idea. To the naked eye, it looks like the same debris.
Well,
Cal, load up both port and starboard side of the cannons.
they're already ready. They're good to go. I know where you're thinking about this, and I think that's the only way.
Let's sail back out of the fog at least. Let's head the way. So I turn back around. Like I fear we're not going to make it back to Never. To the mainland this way.
Fog
Do
should
you have
be a
anything
direct
for
path.
navigation? In that nice satchel of yours?
I mean, I can drive a ship, but you guys seem to have that handled.
So I'm gonna go back.
Okay. You head towards the debris. Are we going straight through the debris? You're going back into the fog.
No, back away from the fog.
Okay.
Back into open ocean, away from.
Back into
Neverland.
open ocean. Okay. As you go back into open ocean, you're going past the debris, heading out into the storm clouds, which are reaching around the horizon. Tiny little taps along the bottom side of the boat.
I'm pulling out my great axe.
So do you guys have little ones that are on the outside of the ship
No.
too? No? Okay. I was
They're
afraid
coming.
of that.
This'll work with Soup. See if
Just-
you can get at
You guys
least
are
one or two
standing
more.
on the deck. Does anybody look?
Yeah, Cal's been poking his head over.
Yeah, are you still in the
You can
crow's
do it,
nest?
Soup.
I'm telling Thistle to have
Get
Soup see if
more
he can make
cannons.
any more of
Cannonballs.
those.
Give me an animal handling check as you're like, Soup, buddy, you're gonna have
Come
to
on.
bear down. Just bear down.
I'm going to go down into the cabin area, see if I can see anything in the ports, and try and look for my monkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not leaving. Like I said,
He's
that
not
skin to
leaving
skin
me?
contact.
Okay, he's, like,
he just
here.
doesn't want to be seen.
Okay.
Think the
So he's hiding like on my back.
the negative implications that come with poison and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's
I got
done in the
you.
dark. It's done quietly. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like so.
I follow.
Which of you has ranged weaponry?
Magic?
Pulls out, puts away great bow, takes out javelin.
21 on the poop cannons.
Three of you stay up deck with me.
21 on animal handling. He looks tired after this,
buddy.
but he manages to poop out one more glorious watermelon cannon.
Cal's going down and see if he can talk to Sparky about getting more cannonballs. Like I know he said feed the ship. I need to know what that means. There's a lot of you. Come on. Cannonballs. Cannonballs parchment?
Ship. Eat.
Ship eats. What does the ship eat?
Ship.
Ship eat ship. We got ships.
We've got to fight other ships? Or we feed them wreckage from other ships?
We've got wreckage for
Yeah?
the ships.
We're driving through wreckage.
Oh wait.
We've got wreckage for... Okay.
This is happening below deck. So
Yes,
it's
it's just me. But
So you stick your head out below the deck, and you're like, "What is the slappy? What is that? You're anticipating something." Boards of the ship are dislodging themselves from the ship. The sound that you're hearing is parts of the ship breaking off. Think like a.
There's a cat has attacked my leg.
Think a plant that's sort of like a Venus flytrap as it's breaking off and swallowing bits of the debris that you're going through and going.
Okay. The ship's eating.
Oh my gosh. I come upstairs. Guys, the ship's got a... Oh.
What's happening?
The ship's feeding.
Off what?
The wreckage of the ships. That's how we feed the ship.
So you feed your ship other
The ships.
Alright.
It's a circle. It's the circle of the sea, circle of life. You know.
And it
He's gonna go
puts us on-
downstairs and see if for some reason all of a sudden, like they're starting.
Where do you look?
Next to the powder kegs, where the armory will be.
Not next to the powder kegs.
The rest of the crew notices the ship moving out of the debris.
Okay. You start pulling it out.
Out of the debris.
Cool.
Is it in the cabinet?
I come up.
You come upstairs and you see yeah, the closet that you first found, Sparky. As you go and look in the closet, it is now filled chock-a-block. They don't look like cannonballs. Okay. They look like whatever was eaten. So there are bits of wood and flag and stuff like that looks like highly condensed into small like balls. Okay.
Do they look like they could be fired upon?
They look like they could be fired upon, as there are like metal fittings surrounding them.
Cool. Okay.
So you are stocked. You have 15 for the time being.
Understood.
He drove you out before the closet was filled, as you have moved away from that spot.
I haven't moved away from right behind Slowpoke.
Okay.
Just kind of in case something happened.
I messaged Slowpoke. We have cannonballs now.
But we've had them.
No, we have more.
Yes, I asked Thistle to make more.
We have a cabinet full.
Yes, I assume between what we've already made and Fortunatos, we have a cabinet full. Thank you.
We had 8.
Yes, we have 8.
Now we have 23.
Oh, Soup is doing such a good job.
Yep, Soup's doing great.
Oh no, baby. Hey, come on. Here. Hey, look, Dice. Hey.
Why did we name her after our most irresponsible character?
Thistle.
Thistle.
Huh?
Oh.
Oh,
no. Wait, where's the thing?
It's okay.
Thistle.
So.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh,
Gotcha.
she almost just turned the computer off. Yeah.
Okay.
You are out of the debris and heading towards this storm.
Cal said, "You're not more parchment." Good boys. Thank you. You guys are the light of my life. Unlife, whatever.
Light of something.
So is the ship just like alive, or is it just like a really advanced machine?
Yes.
Because it's fascinating.
I come over to him and I'm like, it might be a monkey.
It
The ship's
might
back.
be a I'm sorry, please elaborate on that.
Possibly.
See?
Okay. Well, I see all of the little monkeys, but this is not shaped like... Okay, you know what? Great, I understand.
Did you see our doorman?
I have no idea what's going on. Just looks at Edwin, do you understand any of this?
And he says...
He goes to like say something and then like his nose just and he
Oh, bless you. So where are we going? What is going on?
You head out.
We're going that direction.
You head out towards open water. Okay. As you head away from Neverland and away from the fog bank that is rolling in and the debris that has been soaked up by the ship, you're getting closer and closer to the storm, which is precariously balanced on the horizon. The night sky begins to invade in earlier than it should. All of you have an idea for what time it is. You've gotten accustomed to your days at sea, and there's an eerie sense as the sun begins to fade. You don't know if it's storm clouds. You don't know if it's... You've lost track of time. But the darkness seeps in like an old friend. As you get closer and closer to this storm, some of you spread across the deck at various places, all of you just a tiny bit on edge. Your first real burst of light comes from lightning overhead. With a brief flash of lightning, there is a and for a split second, as you all are on the deck, sort of looking about and looking at the water, you swear you see shapes aboard the deck. After images of the light flashing in the night sky. The rain starts slow, cold, and uncomfortable. goosebumps begin to rise up on your skin as you feel cold, unnaturally cold, as the rain soaks through your clothes a bit. A soft voice echoes over the wind, a child singing that seems to move across the water and flit. Hold your breath, he smells of death, he lives beneath the waves. Do as you're told, escape the cold, not all lives are safe. Hold your breath, he smells of death, he lives beneath the Another blast of lightning as the lightning is a lot closer this time, and as you look about you in the space, once again standing aboard the deck of the ship are humanoid figures traced by the lightning that seem to stand there for a moment, and as you all look about the space, their heads creak up as the light from the lightning flashes away.
These people look like the people in Cal's vision?
They are not there anymore, but they look eerily similar. The voice continues to sing. You don't know where it's coming from, and it seems to reverberate. A lot of the elementals aboard the ship, other than the ones closest to you, have begun to retreat to small hidey holes in corners of the ship where they feel safest. Where does everyone position themselves?
I think this is it, folks.
I can steer from anywhere, right?
You can.
Then I'm just gonna be not where the steering wheel would be, but just on the deck, like above where the cannons would be.
Okay.
When we saw the people flash in, where were they?
All about the deck. Wherever you are.
I am going middle of the deck.
You are positioning yourself, and while other elementals are running away, Anchor once again positions himself behind your back and says, Fairy.
I look at him and it's okay to be scared.
There is a figure standing in front of Anchor this time, and you see it as you're turned around to speak to him, and a dark smile creases against that face, and a little bit of black ichor drips out of the lips as the lightning disappears and the figure is gone. Where is everyone else positioned on the ship?
Cal's right at the doorway between the top of the deck and the gun deck, just watching.
That's where Cal is.
I'm climbing up to the crow's nest, and I'm down here like this, kind of within it, so I'm peeking out.
Soup is in your shirt, and his head is just looking out, and he's going like, Soup. Every once in a while you feel like blueberries fall down your shirt.
Blueberries.
Your hand is cupped beneath your shirt, and you're just going, Soup. I know, buddy. I know.
I'm positioning myself near him a little bit off to the side so I can look over the deck of the ship.
You're
onto
close.
The water.
You're close.
Yeah, I'm close.
Fortunato.
Edwin and I are close to the giant woman and the giant metal guy.
Yeah, you're like, I know, there's two there, girl. Nope.
Just hanging
This
out.
one looks like she wants to throw someone who's not me right now. What's up? Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
The last chorus rings out, louder this time, as if the child is behind you, sitting on your shoulder, whispering to you in a voice that seems to morph from a child laughing to a small scream.
That was nice.
To me, I can find a special place.
There is a special place for
It's not on, it's not on the power button of the streaming computer.
Not where everything's connected.
Escape the cold, not all lives are saved. And with that
Cliff is
last
growling this entire time.
with that last bit of chorus, a lightning strike hits, and as it does, the scene changes. All around you, the lightning has frozen in the night sky, freezing in place, illuminating a graveyard that once was at the bottom of the sea, now up and surrounding you on all sides. You are blocked and fenced in by an endless sea of ghost ships. Ships sunk, their crews forced to stand and watch as your ship is invaded. Your ship is just there, filled to the brim with various undead beings and ghostly apparitions of men that were once lost at sea. Standing not too far away from where Slowpoke stands, about 10 feet from where you are standing next to him, Des, you see the image of a purple-skinned being. Their left leg is gone. In its place is a metal contraption that seems to be a eagle's claw, like a metal-looking eagle's claw, like at the end of the leg as this being stands in front. He's wearing a captain's hat and he has tentacles coming off of his face, all adorned with silver, platinum, gold, and different accoutrements. You notice very quickly that as you look at this figure, it's odd. For a split second, these jewels shine in the night sky and they take on the image of tiny ships. But the minute you look at them, they're back to being these like little jewels that are in the tentacles on the face. He's standing there and he looks over at where Slowpoke is, and his eyes drift upward, these alien eyes that seem to penetrate every bit of Slowpoke's being as his eyes drift upward and land upon the captain's hat. And he smiles. Well, who might you be?
Slowpoke, who are you?
I'm the captain.
Well,
I'm Davy Jones.
oh, very nice.
I never heard of you, Slowpoke.
I'm new.
He takes a sword out. As he takes the sword out,
Ready my axe.
the sword is made of this black obsidian that seems to change shape as he pulls out the sword.
Where is he right now? Is he on the
he's
deck?
on the deck of the ship, 10 feet away from you. He is manifested. The rest of his crew is just sort of standing at various parts on the ship, spread about, not acting, standing arms at their side.
Are there any more crew members on our side of the ship where he is?
Great question. For the time being, this is what you see, so you can prepare accordingly.
Oh, jeez.
There are 6 zombie crewmen scattered about the deck. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is Davy Jones himself, who is located up in the top portion of the ship where Slowpoke and Dez are. At mid-ship level is Clip, Anchor, and Fortunato. And somewhat close to the midship, where the stairs are, standing in the stairs, you see you see Cal with his little unholy army of gunpowder demons. All sort of standing there. There are 6 zombies present aboard the ship. There is the captain standing there, and climbing the crow's nest slowly is another humanoid figure who is wearing dark robes and has a wand hooked to their side. They are the only figure that's currently moving as they are climbing up the crow's nest to an unknowing thistle.
How far up is the crow's nest?
Let's say 50 feet.
Ooh, can I see her?
You can.
You're going to hear in your head my voice say, "Hey, you've got company."
Davy Jones is turned away from me.
You said you were at his side, correct?
I was interspersed.
Sure, he's
so-
not paying attention to you. He's got his eyes on the captain's hat.
Okay, I'm
You're
gonna,
new.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm going to, I'm gonna ask my little buddy to poison my axe for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Consider it poisoned.
Cool.
Good old Pomo.
Good old Shikapomo. Shikapomo.
I'm a fair captain. Slowpoke, and you're new. So how about we do this instead? How about I let you choose the order of the people we kill? First goes faster.
Right, and I point at him.
I come up behind him and I swing my axe in the
Perfect.
back of his head. You know, the octopus, like how it separates into two, right there.
Perfect. Give me an attack roll. That's going to be our surprise round as you point over at him. And as you do, this axe goes off. That'll be an attack at
advantage, right?
advantage, as he does not see this coming. Everybody else roll initiative for me, as I think this is the sign
kickoff.
to kick off holy hell. Like,
That's 21.
21 to hit. Hang on.
Oh, crap. I'll see you guys in an hour.
21 hits. Roll damage.
21 hits.
The fact
okay.
that you have to look and see if that
So
hits or not
that's
concerns me.
1d6 plus 3 plus it was poisoned,
So
which
it's
means
another
that it's 1d8. So I need a d6
Yes.
and d8.
Yes.
Did I get an opportunity to do anything when he said that to me?
When he says that to you, you have a chance to look over. I will give you a surprise round as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's clever enough that he would have set you up for a win here. Otherwise, it would have been against you. So I will let you throw off a spell. This thing is 30 feet climbing the ropes to where you are.
So basically, I'll
20
get an
feet from
a
you.
surprise action before my actual action.
It's 20 feet from you, 30 feet up in the air, climbing this thing.
Yeah.
You will get a move off, an action here.
That is a 14. Do I get a bonus action?
Yes, you do get a bonus action.
I do get a bonus action.
Fury of Blue.
I am going to.
Do you have two? No, you have
Remember,
two
you
attacks
have
in
two
Oh
general.
yeah, I
hits.
do have 2 attacks.
Roll
in
that
general.
second
So
attack,
I'll
as there
roll
is
my
a,
second attack.
as he's got only got eyes for you in the back of his neck. There is a, as that axe like slaps his neck, and he jolts forward, his own hat falling off, and he turns around, his tentacles writhing in the air.
I'm aiming straight for the side of his face so I can cut off like the 4th tentacle and jet into his mouth.
Jeez. Okay, you're going to cut off a tentacle. I'm about it. Give me another attack roll,
Pray
please.
for me.
Yeah.
that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll be 25.
Cool.
That's funnier than 24.
25.
And on that, could I attach one of my key points so I can do a stunning strike?
You absolutely can. What's the save for stunning strike?
It didn't list, so
It's your wisdom modifier.
It's my wisdom modifier.
It's 10 plus your wisdom.
10 plus my wisdom. Okay. No, 10 plus my wisdom score or my wisdom modifier.
It's going to be 10 plus your spellcasting. So what's your wisdom right now? It's plus what?
It's plus 2.
Okay.
But would it be my spell casting or would it be
Let's
my
go with.
dex?
I will double check that. It's your.
Because
I think it's
I
13.
thought I could go with my dex, but
That's for attacks.
okay.
This
never
is
mind.
this is different. This is your key points. We're gonna go with a
Yeah.
DC 13 for now, but let's look at that after the stream.
Cool, cool,
Okay.
cool. Thank
So
you
he needs
for
to make
that.
a DC 13. Roll damage on the attack. Okay.
I need a D8.
He makes his save as you hit him with your fist on this other attack to see if you can like try to stop, and you see a bit of him start to freeze up, but he snarls and manages to push that energy away as you tap into the key surrounding him.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll use my bonus action to either disengage or dash.
Okay.
Spend 1 key point to do Step of the Wind.
So you're burning 2 key points this attack.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You're running away. Are you running to the center of the deck? Or are you running away to somewhere else?
I'm running. So.
The field is set up into 3 separate areas. The stairways leading below deck, the
I'm
center
keeping
deck.
on the same plane as.
You're just separating yourself from it.
I'm just heading backwards. So
Okay.
he would have to.
Step in the wind.
I could.
It's up to you.
Then I will not do Step of the Wind because I don't need to go that far.
Okay. You separate yourself, take a few steps backwards, and open the playing field. What are you doing, Thistle?
I'm using my surprise to channel divinity, invoke duplicity. So
Okay.
I have a duplicate of myself that can cast spells.
Correct.
That is now 30 feet away from me, below him.
Okay.
Lining up behind him.
Do they count? Okay, that's your action.
Yeah, that's
so,
my action, so I can't actually cast
as he thinks he's going to surprise you, you sort of smile and look down, and as you look down, there is a like a little bit of a and he turns around to look, and there is another thistle that sort of waves up as like grabbing. Yeah.
Can I do a bonus action on the surprise round or not? I can't or can?
I will say for this surprise round, yes.
Okay.
And I think Channel Divinity is an action.
Right.
So-
I was just going to cast Shield of Faith on myself as a bonus.
Great.
That's all.
Perfect. Yeah. So +2 to AC for the
Yes.
time being. That's concentration, correct?
That is, yes.
All right. So maintain that. All right. Now let's go to initiative, gang. 20 to 25, please.
20.
20.
Nice.
Thank you. It's a +7.
Fortunado. 20 to 15.
15.
Yeah.
15 is Clip.
16.
Then we have Slowpoke with a high initiative, which always makes me laugh. 15 to 10.
11.
11. 10 to 5.
9. 6.
All right, Dez and Cal. Let me roll for these guys. I'm going to do a mass roll for all 6 of them.
Oh, jeez.
Cal, give me a roll off.
Oh, boy. 15.
Okay.
It means they're real low. It's okay.
Now we're going to roll for the captain.
Never mind.
He's at +7 to initiative.
Okay.
Yep.
Never mind, bye.
Never mind.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Gentle press.
And let's roll for the first mate.
Oh.
Okay. First mate.
Yar.
First mate is up first in the initiative order. The gentleman that was walking his way upward will go ahead and cast Mage Armor. As he casts the spell Mage Armor upon himself, you see some of the darkness and shadows around the area manifest around him as he looks down and sees the form of this figure climbing up to where he is. He is going to make a... he's going to spend his movement trying to climb up the rest of this rope, making a check, but he's a little freaked out by what's going on, so he's not climbing as fast as he normally would. He gets another 10 feet up the rope, away from your double. That is his turn. Fortunato. You have 6 zombies surrounding you and Clip and the big metal man on the deck.
His name's Anchor. Just so you know.
I'm going to cast Arcane Weapon.
Okay.
On my bow.
Okay.
I'm going to give it an extra 1d6 of fire damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire at probably one of them twice.
One of them twice. Okay. Give me an attack roll, please.
13 and a 25.
Hang on. The 13 and the 25 will both hit. Roll damage.
Nice.
Alrighty. That's a +2, so that's 12. 14 on one.
Okay.
And 11 on the other.
Perfect. You see 2 of the zombies get hit with these arrows and make this move of like reeling backwards. One of them catches fire, and half of them is on fire, and the skin on their face starts to melt as they continue to lumber forward towards where you are. Slowpoke.
I'm going to cast Shoot an Arrow at Davy Jones.
Okay. You are up close and personal with Davy Jones.
He's 10 feet away.
Cool. I will say yes, he is 10 feet away after that
That's what
attack.
you said.
Yeah. Not for long. Sure, we'll say that that's the case.
Okay. So we'll do one.
I wonder what he's going to do next
I'm
turn.
using Sharpshooter for this
Okay.
go round. So
Yes.
let's do.
It's going to be a -5 to your attack.
Yeah.
But +10 if it hits.
Yeah.
All right. So what'd you get?
I don't know if this does it. Do I have to? I'm gonna.
You want to use DM Inspiration here?
Yeah.
All right. Use DM Inspiration. Reroll. Take the higher of the 2.
Or I thought it's just add a d6.
No, you get to re-roll. It's like rolling something at advantage.
Okay.
It's better.
No, that wasn't better. Let's see. That's.
We do have a
15?
bard. 15 hits.
Good.
Roll damage.
All right.
Don't forget to add that +10.
Yeah.
As Slowpoke unleashes an arrow towards the writhing tentacled mass of Captain Davy Jones.
So that's 15.
15.
And then I'm gonna do another arrow.
Okay.
For my second attack. Another 15.
15 hits. Roll damage.
And that'll be 8.
All right.
And something I should have done before, but that's okay. I'm gonna put Slayer's Prey on Davy Jones, so I have that for next time.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. What was the damage for that second attack?
Oh, did I not say? It was 8.
8. Got it. All right. Yeah, he takes 2 arrows, and Davy Jones comes back, and as he does, the arrows are already being pushed out by a little tiny stream of blackened water. They're pushing the arrows out of his body, and he's looking at them on the ground. It is now his turn, as he will stride forward and take out his longsword and make an attack against you.
Perhaps you were being rash.
24 to hit.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That is going to be 9 points of slashing damage, plus 2 points of necrotic damage. With that, with his bonus action, he's going to hold his hand forward, push it forward.
Mama, no.
Close the fist.
Mama, no.
Kill them all. Boom. And put his thumb down. As he puts his thumb down, there is an unearthly scream that echoes forth from out the entire crew as they all seem emboldened by the captain's cry outward towards them. You don't know what that is, but you feel arcane energy leave from Davy Jones, outreaching to everyone else on the crew, and you see a mighty cry echo forth throughout the entire crew. That is the captain's turn. Clip, it is now your turn.
Cool, I'm gonna echo that cry with my own scream of primal rage and rage.
Okay, rage is your bonus action.
Yep.
Give me some hits, Clip.
So he was like kind of behind me, right?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit what he was hitting. One of the ones that he was hitting.
Okay, there's one that looks a little worse off, and there's one that looks just like it's
the
been
one
hit.
that's worst off.
All right,
And
give me an attack roll, please.
I'm raging, so I'm doing the thing where I reckless. Yeah, 19. That's 19 on the die to hit.
That hits. Roll damage, please.
Cool. That is. Come on. It's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay, that zombie drops to the ground. As it hits the ground, it stops for a second. And then jumps back up.
Does it still look bad, or does it look like...
It still looks bad, but as it falls to the ground, you see it hit the ground for a second and then like get back up from the hit that you hit it.
Hit it again.
I'm gonna hit it again.
Give it another hit.
That's 22 to hit.
22 hits. Roll damage,
Yeah.
please.
14 points of damage.
Once again, you see you hit this thing so hard that it, like a hole in its chest opens up, and you shove. What are you using right now?
My great axe.
You're using your great axe. You shove your great axe, and it slams this thing in the heart. And once again, it tries to bring itself back up, but the damage it's taken is too heavy, and it slumps to the ground and turns into a little pool of water.
Nice.
That is your turn.
Yep.
All right. Clip's turn. Thistle.
Okay, my illusion is casting a level what was the 5? Level 2 guiding bolt at
Okay.
that thing's butt.
Okay, roll to attack.
Things what?
18.
Pew. 18 hits. Roll damage as you shoot a guiding bolt
Jesus.
right up the butt.
6.
I love Dice
8,
ASMR.
9, 10, 11 points of damage. That sucks.
Okay, this thing takes 11 points of damage and it lights up like a Christmas tree. It seems to illuminate the night sky. That's Thistle's turn. Dez.
I'm going to come back up to Davy.
Okay.
Dabes, as we call him.
Poor Daves.
Good old Jonesy.
My
David.
bonus action, I wanted to move the thing.
I'm sorry.
30 feet. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
My
yeah,
bonus
yeah, go
action, I
ahead.
wanted to move it 30 feet towards the group of 6 zombies.
It climbs down. It climbs down the area. It makes its way over to the section and just sort of positions itself like on the deck of the ship. That's perfect.
They can hang out
That's
next
with
to
your
me, 'cause I'm
bonus
by
action.
myself right now.
So right now that particular being is glowing and it's
No one's
making
around.
he's
You're
making his
fine.
way up towards the top,
Until I do something
and then yes, your double has moved themselves to be on the deck. How far away can it move from you?
120 feet.
Okay, yeah, you're perfect. That's gonna span the whole rest of the ship. Des, what are you doing?
I'm attempting my stunning strike again.
Okay, give me an attack roll. You're gonna burn a key point after you make the attack to do.
Sounds great, thank you.
Yeah.
And then
But this should only call Davy Jones
if
David.
this doesn't work, I'll use my inspiration.
David Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
David.
So I'll roll first.
Actually, David Johansson.
I'll roll
He changed the
again.
name.
This is for the attack, right?
Actually, it's got
Yeah, for the attack.
Okay.
No relation.
So that'll be
We can't say that on stream.
a 22.
22 to hits. Wisdom save. What was that?
My ring. It fell off my finger.
Oh, okay,
I
that's
read
fine.
it
I
about
just
it.
Man, I wish I was loaded.
DC 13. Desbahai runs forward, and as she does, she slams the axe into Davy Jones. Roll damage for the attack as the axe slams in. Dez's other hand comes up and hits Davy Jones in the chest. She channels the key, the energy of the universe around her, and she makes summons a little bit of the darkness that's inherent in the area and withdraws it from him. As it does, there is a and Davy Jones freezes into place. He is currently stunned until your next turn.
He takes 5 damage.
5
from
damage.
That I don't think the stunning strike gave him any more damage.
It does not, but he is now stunned.
Can I use my bonus action to just hit him?
Yeah, you can make these attacks at
Oh,
advantage
and I need
because
to
he is
hit
stunned.
him again with my second attack.
Yep.
It's
So-
at advantage.
Yep.
And it's it.
He's stunned.
Oh
He's
yes.
stunned.
Yeah, I got you.
So make all of these attacks at advantage.
I feel as though he's gonna do something
Oh,
brash and unusual right now.
It's
There
okay.
might be some legendary action.
Does a 13 hit?
13 does not hit, even stunned. He
Yeah, it's
manages
okay.
to fortify himself.
It's
What are you
okay,
doing with your bonus action?
Then my bonus action, let's see. I'm going to do.
Zombie's turn
I'm
next.
just gonna unarmed kick him, like straight for the groin.
This is Sparta. Give me an attack
This is
roll.
Sparta.
Yeah.
That's it. Both of those were 9s, which means that it would be a 15.
15 hits, roll damage. As you roll damage, we are going to go to all 6 of the zombies.
Oh, Jesus.
Fine. Come at me, bro.
Oh, man, they
that'll
rolled
be
higher than me.
a
That means I
6.
am last.
Bro.
Huh?
Six.
Go after, bro.
Yeah.
So,
That was
Okay.
a great fight.
We'll say 3 of them are going to take attacks against you, who is doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Let's go.
This is a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oof, doof.
Just barely.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Half because I'm raging.
Halved. Okay. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay.
I know how to half damage, but thank you. I love you very much.
I'm just sitting here cheering you guys on. Woo!
That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And this is 4 points of damage, half
Cool.
the 2. That's their attacks. The other 2 are... No, the other 3 are going to make attacks against you, Fortunato.
Oh, I don't like that.
Because Anchor hasn't done anything. Fortunato, that is a nat 20. Okay.
Ooh, doof.
They seem emboldened by the scream set forth from the captain. You take
I'm not doing this.
7 points of bludgeoning damage. That's the first one.
Okay.
The next hit is a 16 to hit.
Nope.
16 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Okay, the next hit is 17 to hit.
That's my armor class.
Okay. You take 6 points of damage. Once again, bludgeoning damage, as you are now surrounded. 3 of them on your side, 3 of them on the other. That is the turn for the zombies. And Cal, you are up.
Bringing up the rear.
Didn't we kill one? Were there 7?
There were 6, and it got back up.
But then I'd hit it and died.
Yeah, you're right. So one of those attacks here. I'll do this.
Yeah, take back points. No, take.
Yeah. What was it? Take back that last attack against. Just heal for like 3 or 4 points. I've been rolling for 6. There's only 5. So I'll make 3 attacks against you and 2 against him.
Okay.
Okay. That's my whoops-a-doodle. Thank you. That's your turn. Cal, you're up.
All right. So, seeing that I can see, they're within 60 feet of me, I'm sure.
Correct.
Cool. I'm gonna fairy fire every last one of those zombies because they're all within 20 feet of each other.
Okay. Yeah, and you can choose who makes this. So they all need to make dex saves.
14. Or they turn bright pink.
Do you get to choose the color?
Yes.
Okay, 2 of them fail, the other 4 make it.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
So you've got 2 brightly pink targets.
I'll say it's the 2 in front of Fortunato.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, that's spell slap gone.
Yeah. 2 fail, 3 make it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's.
I wasn't
still
trying
one
to
more.
correct you.
Oh, okay. I was
Two
like,
fail.
why are you?
2 fail,
Okay.
3.
Yeah. You
I'm
doing
counting
anything
for me.
You doing anything with your bonus action?
Yes, I am.
Fortunato, first mate is up next. Yes.
So I call out Davy Jones's name.
Okay.
Hopefully that he can like look over to me, like, hey.
He's stunned.
He is stunned. Guess what? Slowpoke's the captain, and you are inspired, my friends.
Hey. How far away is the range for inspiration? Is there a range for it?
Anyone who can hear me.
Anyone who can hear you? I would say you were able to shout above the din. You have inspiration.
That's 1d8 because we are level 5 now.
1d8 that you can add to an attack roll.
Oh no, that's within 60 feet. I'm halfway on the deck. Am I in 60 feet?
I will say you are just leaving the comfort of the stairwell. You are out of 60. You are just in 60-foot range.
Like I lean my head
I'll
back
move-
just
I'll
a little
move
bit,
20
just
foot my
enough to
feet.
hear him.
Um,
like oh.
Thistle,
That's
as you are sort of seeing this figure make their way aboard the deck, they catch a glimpse of you, and he will jump aboard where this area is still lit up like a Christmas tree, and he is going to fire a green arrow out from where he is to have it try to go across the crow's nest and hit you in between where the pole is. That is a 16 versus armor class.
And just then Soup poops and it distracts him and he doesn't hit me.
He rolls at disadvantage because it's
I
a
have an
luck
AC of
point.
20
You have an AC of 20?
right now because I have Shield of Faith.
Okay. Shield of Faith flares into effect as this acid arrow does not hit. I still need you. Need you to. No, I just roll this. Hang on. You are still going to take. You're still going to take 3 points of acid damage as the arrow bursts into the side of the ship and sprays you with a little bit of the side acid. With a bonus action, it sees that it is close to where you are and freaks out a little bit and does nothing. It just stays there freaking out and realizing that it's glowing. That is its turn. Fortunato.
I'm going to fire at the 2 in front.
These will be at disadvantage.
Well, they're lit up, so it'll.
They're lit up, so it'll be a straight roll.
Okay, that's what I was counting on.
Okay.
Nice.
A 21 and a 22 to hit.
Both of those hit roll damage, please.
That's 6. That's at 8.
Okay. 8 damage for both.
Yes.
One that was badly injured that you hit crumbles to the ground and it tries to bring itself back up, but it is unable to do so. The other one takes the arrow. You do anything with your bonus action?
No.
Okay. That is your turn, Fortunato. Slowpoke.
Yeah. So he's stunned, so I can back away from him.
You can.
Without getting an opportunity attack, and I'm gonna fire my arrow at him.
You can, and you
Yet
will buy
again.
something very nice for who
Yes.
is yes. Okay, wonderful.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
So if this hits him, it's gonna wrap things around him. So even if he gets unstunned, he's still wrapped up.
He's still going to be a little wrapped up. Give me an
hilarious.
attack roll, please, at advantage.
I'm sorry, David Jones can't come to the phone right now. He's a little tied up.
David.
Oh, David
David
Johansson.
Johnson.
David Johansson.
David Johnson.
I'm using my
David
inspiration.
You're going to
We
use
better
your
do this
inspiration.
this
D8. Or you can push luck if it didn't roll.
16.
Yeah. 16.
Yeah.
16 hits. Roll damage.
Cool. So with okay, yeah.
He's
Ooh.
Ooh,
That's fun.
He's
That is
automatically
It's a
gonna.
turtle.
That's 14.
14.
14, 16.
He's automatically going to fail the save, so that's another 16 points of damage.
And then on his turn, he'll take another d6 from the Ensnaring Strike that'll wrap him up.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. That is your turn. You doing anything with your bonus action?
The Ensnaring Strike.
The Ensnaring Strike was it? Okay, that's
Ensnaring Strike. Yes.
your turn. The captain's turn.
Yar.
Is nothing.
I am so
He
sorry.
sits there. No, you're not. I love it. Clip. It is your turn.
Okay, so how many are left around us? Still 5?
There are 2 surrounding Fortunato.
One of
no,
them didn't go.
one fell. There's 1 right by Fortunato, and there's still 3 around you.
Okay.
Still looking beefy.
Oh, I had 2 attacks.
I'm gonna hit the one in the middle right in front of me.
Okay.
Twice.
All right.
So, it's a 19 on the die and a 15 on the die.
Okay. Yeah. Both of those are gonna hit.
Okay. So that, you pick
This
up
is why I lose dice.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage. And then, Jesus.
Seriously?
On the table. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage.
Okay. Give me a perception check as a free action.
Okie dokie.
I'm not doing
14.
Okay. Great. So that's one of your attacks. You doing 2 attacks, or were those your 2
Those are
attacks?
both my attacks.
Okay. You're not doing reckless attack anymore.
That was reckless attack.
So you rolled 4d20?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Cool. Awesome. That
I was
was
trying them all at one time.
So you got 8 damage on both attack rolls?
I got
8?
8 on one, 9 on the other.
17 total.
Yes.
Okay, he's looking rough. One of the zombies in front of you. Okay, that's your turn. Clip. Thistle.
Alright, so I just realized I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit him. Okay, so I'm going to look at him.
Okay.
And I am going to cast command.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, run.
Okay.
Because I want to get out of the crow's nest. I want to go fight other things.
You want to go...
I can't do that if he's right here.
If he's right here. So you're just gonna...
Yes.
You're gonna go
I
run.
want him out of the crow's nest.
Okay. Is there a save
Wisdom
on
save
command?
of 15.
A wisdom save of 15.
And if this works on him, he is actually.
You should really say run away.
Okay.
You're not there.
You get one more.
Great. You say this command word, and you're not sure whether it took effect or not. That is your turn. Would you like to do anything with your movement?
Yeah. How close? My duplicate. Is it close to? Which of the undead is it close to?
I would say it's close to the. It can either be close to the one that's fighting Fortunato, or one of the.
I wanted it to be close to the largest number of
Okay,
undead.
then it's close to the group of 3.
Okay. All right. So, is it within 30 feet of those?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'm not gonna move it then.
Okay. Are you moving?
Oh, with my action, yeah. I want to move down out of the crow's nest.
Okay. To get.
Yeah. No, I know it's an attack of opportunity.
It'll take an
because
attack
it
of opportunity
didn't
as you begin to make your way down the rope.
work. Okay.
It's gonna hit.
Oof. Over 20?
Yes, with a nat 20 on the die. It's the only number that he could have rolled.
Woof a doof.
Okay.
He's emboldened by that. Oof.
It's okay. Davy Jones is the win.
Just wait till he gets unsnared.
He
He has to
won't.
get unstunned and then unsnared.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
has-
god, unfortunately, he's a freaking wizard.
Oh, he's get intel saves. He doesn't get wisdom saves.
No. It means he has a D6. All right, he does 2 points of damage. Doubled. He got a 1, and it's doubled. It's 2 because all of his stuff is magic based. So yeah, he got gunk, and you feel a little like bruise on your arm as you make your way. As you climb down the ladder, you realize that command has no effect against undead creatures. It's written into the aspects of the spell. But you go, that's funny. Oh crap! And as you begin to climb down the ladder a little bit, that's your turn. Thistle. Does this stunning strike end at the beginning of your turn or at the end of your turn?
Either way, he's grappled. So what do you want to do? I'd love for it to end at the end of my turn.
I bet you would. So let's look up stunning strike. Interfere when you hit another creature, you can spell will keep you going to attempt a stunning strike. This is helping you learn.
Until the end of your next turn.
So Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of your next turn. Okay, so he is stunned.
Okay, I'm gonna wail on him by doing 2 unarmed strike attacks and then use my bonus action to do the one where I also do 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay, roll all of your attacks for me. Let's
Okay.
get this out of the way if you can, so we can see how much damage you're going to wail into him.
Alright, so those are all +6.
Right.
So 21.
The lowest is a 14.
The lowest is a 14.
All of those hit. Roll damage for the 2 flurry of blows, and I think that's it for your key points, right?
No,
You've
because I ended up
spent-
not doing Step of
That's
the Wind.
3 stunning strikes.
Yes, but
And
no,
then
it's
1
2
flurry of
stunning
blows.
strikes.
You did 1, 2, and the third one hit. I
I
thought.
didn't do 2. I did 1 poison.
Okay, 1 poison. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So 3.
So I have 2 more key points because I'm also level 5 now.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So here are my 2 unarmed strike attacks. Those are both 4, so that's 8 points.
Okay.
And then my 2 other ones, those are 8 together plus 6 would be 14.
Got it. Okay. All right.
So 8 plus 14.
22 points of damage.
22 points
He
of
looks
damage.
rough.
He looks rough.
And he is unharmed. He is unstunned at the moment. Okay.
He's still ensnared.
He is still ensnared. He is going to...
Is it the start of his turn?
It is not. He's going to use one of his legendary actions.
Oh, I hate those things.
And he is going to cast Banishment on himself.
No.
Where are you going?
Wait, banishment, what components does that? Does he have to move his hands?
He does. Grappled means that he stays in the same space.
He can move his hands, he just can't move.
His arms are all tied up.
His arms are tied up, but I
Yes,
think
I
it
did. Just don't do
means...
this. His
I think
tentacles are actually-
ensnaring strike means that he is grappled. It does not mean that he is paralyzed or anything like that, because it's a level 1 spell. Massive 30 must succeed until the spell ends. A larger creature takes 1d piercing damage.
He's restrained.
He's restrained.
His tentacles are actually...
I will also have him make the strength saving throw right now.
Okay.
Since he has not had a chance to make that yet.
Because he was stunned.
Okay. He makes a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And manages to shuffle out, but I'll take the poison damage. The piercing damage from the thorns. Alright, so you roll the piercing damage from the thorns.
3.
Alright, he banishes himself as the thorns pierce into his side and disappears from view. That is his turn. Does his turn. The zombies' turn. They will...
Oh no.
They move away from you. So you can take an opportunity attack against one of them if you would like.
15 to hit.
Okay? They shamble. That hits. Roll damage.
16 points of damage.
Perfect. With him just coming out, they will be able to use their movement speed to get to where Cal is. As they begin to swarm on him and one of the zombies falls to the ground, they will make attacks against Cal.
Hi, buds.
Hi, buddy. That is a 14 to hit.
Right at armor class.
All right. 3 points of bludgeoning damage. 23 to hit.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm making sure to do one of these to protect my little buddies inside.
It's okay. That is 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm okay
from
with
those
that.
other two. One is going to take a swipe at Fortunato. I think that's the only one that's still up. There's one still up with Fortunato.
Yeah.
13 to hit.
I'm sorry, 14?
13.
13? No.
No. Okay.
Not even close.
Smacks into you and doesn't do anything. That is their turn. Cal.
Huh. Well, I was gonna do it doesn't work now because I've got people surrounding me.
Whose turn was that?
Zombies.
You destroyed a zombie. Give me a perception check.
I'm not good at these.
It's all right.
That's a 12.
Okay. Great. Fortunato, give me a perception check.
That might be better.
22.
There is a large pool of water that seems to be congregating and be near where the captain left. Water is moving along the ground, but it's not just like present on the ship. Like you see a small river forming from where the zombies died and has started to snake its way up the stairs to where that pile of thorns was, where he was.
I guess if there's now at any time to try, it would be now. No, he's just. I'm gonna hold out for them. I'm gonna hold out for David. I'm just gonna stab him with the rapier.
Okay, give me an attack roll, please.
And it's a D8. So just roll them both at the same time. Oh yeah, it's the ones I don't have many of. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Roll double damage for me, buddy. Actually, roll that D20 again.
10.
10. Yeah, roll double damage for me. This is his turn. Next up is going to be the first mate or the wizard.
So that is 6.
No one has hit.
6 plus 3, 9. Doubled is 18.
18. Okay. One of those zombies is going to fall, and
Crit.
as he falls to the ground, he does not get back up.
Good. You stay down.
Cool. That is your turn. You doing anything with your bonus action?
I'm holding on it for right now.
Okay, you got it. That is your turn, Cal. The wizard.
The wizard.
The wizard. She started to climb down.
Mm-hmm.
He is just going to send a beam of ice-cold energy out in her direction. He's got to roll really high. He does not roll very high. That beam of ice-cold energy once again clangs against the shield of faith, which is up, and bounces off harmlessly off to the side, and he screams out in anger, and we'll see that the captain has vanished, and with his movement will jump off of the deck and swan dive from the crow's nest down to the floor. As he does, it is too much damage for him to contain and turns into a little puddle of water that joins the small river leading up the stairs.
I don't like this at all.
Fortunato.
So they're just sort of like gathering in this puddle.
Yep, they're gathering in a puddle.
How far from me is that puddle?
I would say it's up on the top deck where Slowpoke and Des Baha'i are gathered. I would say 25 feet from where you're standing.
I'm going to move away from the zombie, and I know I'm going to take the attack.
It's going to miss.
Okay, I'm going to put myself about 10 feet away from it. I'm going to go, that looks really, really bad, and then I'm going to attempt to cast Purify Food and Drink on the water.
Ooh.
And pray that it works.
That's an interesting little thing. Time to look to see if things work.
It probably won't, but
it's worth a swing, though.
That's a good idea.
No, you should always do this to me.
Last week we bested your combat with a food bank.
I know, you're about to do it again.
Until David Jones comes back.
Okay. The water is rendered free of poison and disease.
Okay.
Wonderful. Perfect. Everyone that has a disease that is in that puddle is cured of their diseases, and if any of them are poisoned, they are cured of any poison.
Nah.
It's what we did last week. We cured like 5 people with
If it was
scurvy.
radiant, I would totally get it. It's transmutation. So yes, I think it's wonderful. And it's a very clever spell.
Is undead a disease?
Hey.
I think that's racist.
First of all,
Fortunato, would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
With my bonus action, I'm gonna have Edwin run over to Clip and use the alchemical salve to give her 2d6 plus my intelligence mod, so 8 temporary hit points.
8 temp hit points.
Woo!
That does not heal you, it's just 8 temporary hit points.
I'm fine with that.
Slowpoke.
Thank you.
Alright, so is there anything that has a body left?
hi, I've got one over here.
Yeah, there's a zombie that took a swipe against him, and there's a
Alright,
zombie
cool, I'll
that took
just
a
shoot
swipe.
at that thing.
Give me attack rolls, please.
Alright.
Yeah, it still should be glowing, the one in front of him. So that's at advantage if you're shooting.
At advantage? 14.
14 hits, roll damage.
Cool.
Next up.
So that's 9, and I'm going to make my second attack against it. Is it still glowing?
It's still glowing, yeah.
Cool. And that's 20, and that'll be 8 more points of damage.
Oh.
Perfect. This being tries to get up once again, and it is unable to hold its form as it falls to the ground. The captain reappears in the space over the puddle of water, trampling down upon the weeds and things of that sort that were used to ensnare him once before. The water shoots into his system, seeming to be of much higher quality than it normally is.
You buffed the boss.
Sometimes you get one over on me. Sometimes I think it works out for me a little bit. And as it does, he seems emboldened. He will look over to where Des Bahai is and roll as his tentacles reach out to grab her. That is a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay.
Jesus.
The tentacles wrap around you, and you feel this sharp pain in the back of your head, as this is psychic damage.
Yeah.
This does 14 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Oh,
do I get a reaction?
You do get a reaction as these tentacles begin to wrap around your head.
Okay.
Give me a reaction.
Would I need to roll to hit if I take my axe and I literally shove it in with my hand?
Do you get a react? Like, do you have a reaction that you can use that's part of the monk class? Like,
Wouldn't an attack be a reaction?
No. Sometimes certain individuals get the ability to cast spells as a reaction, but if you don't have an inherent attack as a reaction, that's not part of you.
Oh,
Then
I was thinking of deflect missiles. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's my bad.
I need you. I need you to give me a strength saving throw, please. No, wait. I need you to give me an intelligence saving throw. Pardon me.
It doesn't work.
Des Bahai stiffens up. As she almost looks and mirrors what this captain had forced upon him. As Des, you are stunned while these tentacles encircle her head. That is his turn. Thistle.
Well, I crap. Then I.
With the rest of your movement, you can make it down to below deck. There's a big creature up top, and there's.
Who is close enough, me or my duplicate, to get to Des and touch Des?
The duplicate.
Okay, so my duplicate's gonna run over and cast lesser restoration on her. Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Is that?
Okay.
Or stunned, is it paralyzed? Is that the same?
No, it's not. But how about this? I will, because of who you are. Thistle runs over and touches you, and you feel a little bit of that that trickster energy sort of course through you.
Mm-hmm.
Does this particular move that it's doing, you don't know if it's magical or physiological. But as you feel the comforting hand of Thistle behind you, I'm going to give you one more chance to make this. It's like rolling this save at advantage.
Okay.
Give me an intellect saving throw at advantage. An intelligence saving throw.
At advantage? Like
Yes, at
I
advantage.
get another
Like
one?
you get another one.
Okay, it's a 19.
Okay. You are not stunned as the tentacles wrap around your head, and you realize that that's probably a really good thing as this mouth starts to get larger and larger as it's pulling your head towards the gaping wall.
Yep.
Thistle, that is your turn because you use your bonus action to move the duplicate, correct?
I did, yes.
Okay, and you're climbing down with your
I'm
movement?
still climbing down as much as close
You
as I
you
can
are
to the
down
action.
below
Yeah.
deck. You were there. You have joined up with the battle that is
Okay.
raging on the deck. Dez, it is your turn.
Would I need to roll to hit if I literally put my axe on top of the tentacle and shove it in?
No, you are grappled. So all of
I'm
these attacks are
grappled
just going to be
everywhere?
regular attacks.
Okay. So
They're not going to be an advantage or but because you're trying to still maneuver with this tentacles like
I got
obscuring your
you.
vision.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna aim for his tentacles, and
the tentacles that are wrapped around your head.
like at the base of the tentacles. Could I try and maneuver?
Try to, yeah, sure. It's a called shot. You're just kind of swinging wildly to hit upward with the axe.
Or
Yeah.
no, if it can't go through, then I would just.
I
shoot
will
for
say
the
if you
neck
whiff this,
instead.
because you're aiming for the tentacles that are wrapped around your face,
Uh-huh.
if you one this or mess it up, there's a chance that you could hit yourself. That's all I'm saying. Like because you're aiming for a spot that's like up here, and yes, it's good. But if you're frantic and you miss this roll,
Yeah.
this could hit you.
I'm gonna aim for the neck instead.
Okay, roll.
17.
A 17 hits. Roll damage.
That'll be a 6.
Okay, 6 points of damage.
And I'm grappled, so I can't disengage or anything.
Okay.
Could I? No.
You need to use a move to break away from that grapple, like an athletics or an acrobatics check, an action to do that. Would you like to have foregone that attack and tried to break away from the grapple instead?
I thought that like.
If you get 2 attacks, that's you using the attack action to go.
Okay.
But you
Basically
can't use
using
an
momentum.
attack and then get another action.
Got it.
Like she can either use the action to break it or use 2 attacks.
Okay,
You just use the
'cause I
momentum
thought
to get another swing in.
That attack might break it, but it didn't.
It's not going to break through. It's just not enough damage for him to release you.
Gotcha. Even if I used a key point, I couldn't run.
No.
No. Alright, well, since I already attacked, then I'm just gonna roll to attack again.
Okay.
That 15 plus 6.
Yeah.
21.
That hits.
9.
Des, this is your turn. The last 2 zombies are up next. 9 points of damage.
9 points.
Yep. Okay. You do another 9 points of damage to this thing. It still looks like it's still emboldened and feeding off of whatever that water was that surrounded it. There are 2 zombies left on the field. One of them is going to make an attack against, I think you? No, they broke away from you.
Yeah, it's just. He has.
Nope, I walked away from mine.
I just. Have
No, it's Clip's turn.
Yeah,
No, Clip
you
already-
skip me.
I haven't gone.
Clip, it is your turn.
Okay.
I haven't gone yet, and I was behind.
How far? I'm gonna assume Cal's got this. How far is Davy Jones from me?
Davy Jones is about 30 feet away.
Cool. I run a Davy Jones,
Okay?
and I am going to hit him twice with my big axe from
Okay.
behind. And I'm reckless attacking.
All right.
It's a 19 and a 15 on the die.
19 and a 15. Both of those would hit. So roll damage.
Cool. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24 points of damage.
24. He is rough. You doing anything else?
Screaming right in his ear. Okay.
Screaming right in his ear. Got it.
I want his attention on me. I want him to look at me. Is what I'm trying to do.
Everybody is currently within 60 feet of him, correct?
Except Cal.
Except Cal. Everybody, the other two zombies fade to the ground. Everybody except for Cal. You said that you were there, and you were. If you were close enough to inspire him, then you're close enough.
Yeah.
Everybody, give me an intelligence saving throw, please.
I'm good at those. Not as good as I wanted to be.
7.
Stunned.
17.
Stunned. No, you're awake.
18.
18. You're both awake.
1.
Stunned for a
Not
minute.
that.
Stunned for a minute.
A minute?
14.
Stunned for a minute.
13.
Stunned for a minute.
Okay.
All of them freeze. Do. As they all stand there, like hands back, mouth open, arm, like eyes staring at the sky as this wave of energy burst forth from Davy Jones, and the ships around the area start sinking back into the waves.
That was a spell. I technically have Maid Slayer. So
It
you
is
cast a spell, I
psychic
can put
energy.
down.
It is not a spell.
Okay,
it is a
It's something
feature.
different.
Never mind.
It's like how I have key. It's pretty much the
Yeah.
same.
Okay. So keeping the initiative order, Cal, you're up.
Yeah, okay, cool. This is gonna be
Great.
This is gonna be great, or this is gonna be really bad, but if there's any time to do it, now is the time.
Our part in our artificer.
My off time, I've been talking with Sparky. This is gonna work really well.
Oh no.
I'm going to, with Sparky's help, hopefully, cast Pyrotechnics on Davy Jones.
Okay, you're 60 feet away.
It is a
You're at
60
the
foot-
very range of this.
It is very range of it.
With Sparky's help, you're going to ignite Sparky and cast Pyrotechnics.
Yes.
Okay, so you normally need a fire. I'm going to say using your bonus action, you throw Sparky.
Yes.
Tell me about what effect from Pyrotechnics you're going to do, because you have basically light a fire underneath where Dez and
everyone else.
So my, because they're already stunned. They can't. Nothing else can happen.
Correct.
So my hope is if I blind this guy, it breaks the concentration. So I'm going to use the fireworks.
Okay, even though you know this isn't a spell that he's cast on them.
If he's blinded, he's still. And hopefully
Got it.
that.
No. I'm into this. I'm
Yeah.
into this. Okay. What is the save on Pyrotechnics?
It's con of 14.
The pyrotechnics go off.
Mhm.
Smoke fills the area, and you're not sure if he's blinded or not.
That's fair. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to inspire Fortunato. We're the only ones left, buddy. It's me and you.
You use your 30 feet of movement to get as close as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And inspire Fortunato.
He should be within 60 feet of me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you inspire Fortunato.
Fortunato was like, I don't think I'm inspired.
Fortunato.
It's me and you, buddy. You're 1d8.
Great.
Also, you can push your luck if you really need to.
Which of the stunned people is closest to me?
You are.
I am about to die.
You are amidst the group. He doesn't know that. He is amidst the group. He has let go of Dez, and he is currently has his arm outstretched towards Slowpoke's captain's hat. Currently, Thistle.
He let go of me.
He let go of you.
He let go of me.
You're still stunned.
Yes.
Because of the mind blast, but he has let go of you. And he is because he couldn't move while his tentacles are wrapped around your head.
Yeah.
And he was making his way over towards where Slowpoke is. You are close to Thistle.
Okay, that's what I was going to do is not going to work. So I guess I am just going to reach into his mind and go, "Fuck, you're ugly," and then I'm going to shoot him twice and hate everything I've ever done. That's a nat 1, and I hate myself.
Would you like to use your
But the other
inspiration?
one, you can't on a nat 1. The other one is a 23 to hit.
That one always hits.
Okay.
That
Well,
hits
the other
every-
one's, the other one's a 23.
A 23 hits. What are you hitting
Fuck,
with?
you're ugly.
My bow.
Your bow?
Yeah.
Why are you? How did you reach into his mind and say?
Because I'm
okay.
Kalshar.
Okay.
It's telepathic.
Yep.
I can just be like, "Fuck you,
All right. Roll damage here.
That's 11 points.
The real thing we heard
You
today was Davy
just,
Jones'
his
feeling.
his hand wraps around Nosarag's face to
Nosarag?
Not Nosarag. Slowpoke's. Sorry, I stroked out. Slowpoke's face, pulling his face into a embrace that was going to.
Can't believe Clarence is attacking Nosarag again.
I know. Would be re-rolling, but Fortunato has succeeded and gotten his attention.
Oh.
He lets go of Slowpoke, forgetting about the hat for a second.
And his name?
And moving off the deck towards Fortunato. Slowpoke, go ahead and make a save, please.
Save?
Yep, saving throw. Intelligence.
Intelligence saving throw is a nat 1.
Okay, you were like, did he just call me Nosarag? And you're still stunned by that. Clip, give me
Not
an...
even by the spell anymore.
Yeah.
So-
What is going on? Clip.
Reality start phasing.
It's into the Spider-Verse.
I rolled that one?
You rolled this one. You rolled
Did
that
I?
one. Yeah.
Okay. That's a 4.
No, ma'am. You are still stunned. The captain walks towards Fortunato
Cal was literally just like, it was him.
and
He
says,
said it.
"Ugly."
I'm gonna take it. He made a save, so he can see you. I'm sorry.
Ugly.
And Davy Jones laughs because of his great sense of humor.
All right.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Ugly.
Oh no.
Let me show you how ugly I can be. 15 to hit.
Nope.
Ha. God.
Hold on to that laugh. 22 to hit.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez, Rick. Oh.
20 points of psychic damage.
I'm Kalshar, so it's had.
I know.
What up?
Just
gonna cry.
You are
Glad it
grappled
was you,
as the
not
tentacles wrap around you.
Great.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
You good at that, right?
18.
You are not stunned as you are grappled currently.
Okay.
That is your turn. That is the captain's turn. Clip's turn. Thistle's turn. Thistle, give me an intelligence saving throw.
So good at those. That would be a 6 minus 1 is 5.
You are still stunned. Desvahai.
That is 21.
You are unstunned at the end of your turn. So when it cycles back
Nice.
around, you manage to fight through whatever sort of thing is holding you. Cal, you watch as Fortunato is enveloped by these tentacles.
Do you not have any fighting spells?
I do.
We can skip your turn if you want to.
No, we're not gonna do that. I'm like, hey, you are ugly. Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level.
Okay, what is the save on Dissonant Whispers?
It is a Wisdom of 14.
Wisdom of 14. There's no way it's got that low of a wisdom.
There is that way you start.
No, it makes it safe. We're good. Sorry.
I think
No way.
3d6.
Oh, yeah, there's no way.
I was like, no, it can't be a +3. No, he's got a... Okay.
If on a failed save, he takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use his reaction.
He did not fail his save.
He did not fail his save?
He did not fail his save. Does he
Then
take half damage here?
He takes half damage.
Roll damage.
Because it was at 3rd level. I burnt a 3rd level spell.
Are you okay? Keep
Yeah.
adding and taking away dice.
Yeah, I keep reading things wrong. Okay, 2, 7, 11, 17, halved, 8.
He's leaking water. Fortunato.
Hang on 1 second. I'm so sorry. I just need to look up the word.
Sure. You are currently grappled.
Yep.
You can try to escape this grapple if you would like, or you can make an attack.
Escape. Let's find this one. It says escape.
Slowpoke, you're making the save up next.
Cross out the D8.
I'm just gonna roll now.
Strength to get free.
Acrobatics or athletics? Your call.
Just kidding.
This is your action here.
Yep. 19?
19 escapes as you rip yourself free from the tentacles. That's your turn. You do anything with your bonus action?
I'm gonna. Oh, I had one still over there. I got nothing.
All right. That was Fortunato's turn. Slowpoke, what was your save?
13.
13. Doesn't quite do it.
That's cool.
Clip, intelligence save.
Oh, that's not bad.
13.
13 doesn't quite do it.
Oh, I forgot you had negative.
It's so,
I have negative
so
2
close.
intelligence.
Thistle.
Have to legit roll 20 to get out of this.
2 minus 1 is 1.
I have negative 2 intelligence.
Oh no.
It's not critical.
Here we go.
It's not
It
that
is
one.
his turn. $14 against armor class. The tentacles wrap around his brain and bring it forward into his mouth, and you start to feel the teeth start clamping down around your head. And
Even though I broke the grapple?
even though you broke the grapple, and you're confused as to why this feeling is there, as you push back against it, you manage to see through the din the hand outstretched of the Mind Flayer twisting his arm as if to pull you into an illusion. You manage to shake it off, and he is going to instead cast. Yeah, he looks at the rest of you. He looks at the rest of the group, and he begins to cast on himself. He shifts in his spot and vanishes. He is gone. You are out of combat. You feel the hold on your minds let go as everyone is released from their hold. The ship begins to rock slowly in the waves as the ghost ships continue their sinking down into the murky depths. And as they do, the sun begins to cut through the darkened clouds around, piercing through.
I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do. But
What?
he would do it.
What?
What?
He's gonna pull out the coin big. Hey, Ugly, you're looking for this?
No.
I have to go forever.
But he would do it.
Back aboard the ship. Outreach a hand. Great. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Can I, since we were...
He makes it!
He outstretches a hand towards where he is, grabs something. The coin is not taken from you. You snatch the coin back. You make the wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
He reaches forward and pulls his hand back. Sparky clutched in his hand. He looks at you, and now he's gone.
Oh, no.
He took Sparky.
As the sun begins to come up,
I gotta go, guys.
as the sun begins to come up, you are all beaten and bloodied and battered. All of you at a point where you are physically exhausted, some of you knowing how close you got to facing death today, save be it a few lucky chances. Some of you have lost parts of yourself. Fluttering to the ground is a small slip of paper with a chest that appears on the deck.
I'd grab it.
The chest, the paper says, if you want the boy back, put the coin in the chest. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh my god.
Oh, Sparky.
You could have let it go. You could have just let it
Thank
go.
you so much for everybody tuning in. Stick around. We are going to go raid one of our favorite streamers. Icky V has a game going right now, and we want to go show some love her way. So thank you all so much. As the game has took some weird, odd, crazy turns. I'm telling you right now, that Stunning Strike changed the entire format of how that battle was going to... That's amazing. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you had a great night tonight. Indigo Connect, and looks like we're going to have to rescue Sparky. Are we ever going to stop rescuing Sparky?
Never!
Never.
I mean,
We'll
if he's safe, then we shouldn't.
Then we
go.
should stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should stop.
But until then, we'll see you all very, very, very soon. All right. Bye, guys.